It's hot. We gotta let the sweat start dripping before it's coming. I'm breathing fire.
How's it going, everyone? You're watching Hot Ones, the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. I'm your host, Heather Garcia. I'm joined today by Brendon Garcia. You know him as Chotch, kicker for Monte Vista High School, Idaho State, Spokane Empire, or a physician assistant at Dignity Health in Redding, California. I know him as my little brother. Welcome to the show, Brendon.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So how are you with spicy food?
I enjoy some spice, but I don't explore too much, so this will most definitely be interesting.
Okay, well, let's go. The wing one is Hot Ones Classic. You're going to start in the top left corner there. It starts at a 1,800 Scoville units.
Okay, this is one?
That's one.
Okay. One. I wonder if I should not sniff them before.
We'll find out.
Now, are we eating the whole wing or just a bite?
Up to you.
Okay.
Our wings are courtesy of Mary Garcia today and her air fryer.
It's a good wing.
So I want to take you back to your early days. You were born in Maryland, and you lived there for 5 or 6 years. But Maryland seems to have a particular significance in your life. So what do you remember about Maryland growing up, and why is it so important to you?
Funny thing, I don't remember anything about Maryland, but for some reason I've always held on to me being born in Maryland, I think, as just something that kind of sets me apart from everybody else once I moved over here to California. So yeah, I think the culture of sports has really allowed me to keep loving Maryland also. And, even to today with March Madness, we're always rooting for Maryland.
So is it true that in kindergarten you were asked what you wanted to be when you grew up, and you answered that you wanted to start fires?
This is true.
Could you tell us about that?
I have no direct memory, but what I'm told is I did say I want to start fires, and the teacher said, "Oh, you mean you want to be a firefighter? Like you want to put out fires?" I was like, "No, I want to start fires."
Okay.
So luckily, I have not been convicted of any arsons, but
Notice he said convicted.
yes, very clear distinguishment there.
Even as a little kid, you hated losing at board games, and you still, throughout your sports career, remained very competitive. What do you think that came from? Why do you have that competitive nature?
That's a great question. Honestly,
That's a great question.
think it's something I was just kind of born with. Maybe growing up as a kid, we have the athletic family where there was always competitions at home. So from a young age, before my memory comes back to me, it was just kind of instilled. But I know I also like to just be the best at everything that I do, and that probably has something to do with it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to wing number 2.
Okay.
Wing number 2 is a secret aardvark. Comes in at 5,000 Scoville units. Taken some pretty good bites of these so far.
Mm-hmm. The first one was good. Definitely on the tip of my tongue. I got the spice on this one. First one was nothing, but
We're in there. We're doing
there.
it.
Mhm. You'll notice how I'm doing based on how many bites I'm actually taking of these.
Yeah, going
So,
back for the second bite. It's pretty
I'm
impressive.
not going to lick the fingers. I'm not going to make that mistake.
So many people know you as an athlete and a sports lover in general. So I'm going to name a few sports to you, and you tell me the role it's played in your life. So the first one's baseball.
Baseball was my one true love growing up as a kid. I always wanted to play baseball professionally, but once I made it to high school, it just wasn't in the cards. So I had to let it go, but that was my sport growing up.
First love.
Yep.
How about football?
Football was something that I always loved watching, but never played because I was too small. And then once I kind of realized I had to drop the baseball career, I was lucky enough to find football and kicking. Because as our dad said, if you want to play football, you better learn how to kick because you're not big enough to do anything else. So I started learning how to kick, and that's probably the thing that's taken me the furthest in life and really opened doors for a lot of experiences that I've gotten.
How about basketball?
Basketball, I tried to play, but again, was small. I'm never good at it, but I love watching it, usually college basketball. March Madness is one of my favorite times of the year. So.
And how about golf?
Ugh. That's my relationship with golf. I play it. I do enjoy it. It's fun to go out there and have some beers. I recently played with my friend CJ, and both of our girlfriends were out there, and it's really fun to go out with friends and just have a fun time out there. But whenever I'm playing with my dad, I want to beat him. I want to be as good as I can. And golf's the thing where you hit one shot and you can do it, and then you spend the next 20 holes trying to hit that same shot and you just can't. So I enjoy it, but it's frustrating.
Yeah. All right, and the last one is curling.
Oh yeah, curling's my sport. If I ever, it's not a retirement sport because there's a lot of brushing involved, but if I lived in a cold area that had kind of like a club curling team, I'd definitely be joining that.
All right. Let's move on to wing 3.
All right.
Wing 3 is courtesy of Queen Majesty Red Habanero and Black Coffee. It clocks in at 14,000 Scoville units.
What was the second one?
5,000. So we're
tripling it.
Stepping it up.
All right.
Knocking it up. Starting with the tentative one bite.
Mm-hmm.
Good flavor on that one, though.
They've all been good. I think my favorite flavor so far, the first 3, was the second one.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This one's a little sweet finish. First one hit the tip of my tongue. Third one's coating the entire tongue. So, all right. I'm going to play it safe. We'll stick with one bite for now.
That's fair enough. So you've had an illustrious football career as a kicker, named to Big Sky Conference All-Academic Team, award for Most Outstanding Player on Special Teams by the players, honorable mention All-American Honors by Beyond Sport Network, second team All-Conference. We all know that being a kicker can be a pretty thankless position. What did your time as a kicker teach you about life?
Really that you're never going to be perfect, which I think is something that sports just teaches you in general. I think every position has, their own demands. In kicker, you kind of just understand that everybody expects perfection, and no matter how much criticism you get, I personally always put more expectations on myself than anybody else ever could. But just understanding you got to work for it, which I did. I was never the biggest and always the smallest, and where I got was, strictly because of the work that I put in. So that's kind of where I take a lot of my work ethic towards everything else.
And that's a great transition. My next question is, you've transitioned from the world of sports to the world of medicine. Now that you work in medicine, who would you say is the kicker of the medical field, who gets all the blame and takes none of the glory?
Oh man, I'd probably say like our medical assistants. Honestly, they do all of the work behind the scenes and get everything coordinated, but never really get any of the recognition for what goes on, in front of the patients and everything else. But definitely a piece that couldn't be without in the team.
Nice. You've started coaching or mentoring upcoming kickers. Tell me more about what you're trying to do and why that's important to you.
Well, before, when I had more time, I definitely, did want to be a part of the coaching community, mainly because in the North State in California, where I'm from, trying to find a kicking coach was difficult, and I had to drive an hour away just to get coaching, and that was very important and part of the success that I had. But for the people even up in Redding, there's nobody around in that area. So being able to coach kids that enjoy kicking but don't really have any guidance and allowing them the opportunities that I've had, it would be awesome to coach a kid and see them get to play at the next level and kind of just get to relive the glory days of playing college football.
So we're on our fourth wing, and this wing is Lucky Dog, You're the Dog, Tide Chili Pineapple. Picked this one in honor of Olive, your dog that you've adopted.
Mm-hmm.
How do you describe Olive to someone that's never met her?
Oh, she is the sweetest, most spoiled, she's a princess. She is a princess. She's a black dog. She's half pit bull, half black lab. I think a little bit of boxer in there. So she looks mean. She's built. She's big, but she's a sweetheart. She loves nothing else but cuddling with you on the couch. And honestly, when you rescue a dog from the kennel, you never know what you're gonna get. It's been the best 2.5 years. Huh.
What are your favorite things to do with Olive? Oh, you haven't even taken
I
the
don't know.
wing yet.
Let's let the heat set in here. What was the Scoville on this one?
This one is 29,800.
So we doubled from the last one.
I think we did.
Okay. That one hit the back of my throat. It wasn't as spicy on the tongue, but I could feel it. Favorite things to do with Olive. We really love to go on hikes. So we have some trails around the house that we get out and go on hikes with. Can't be too hot. She's a black dog, so the sun beating down on her hurts. But we like to get out and do that. She loves car rides.
What's Olive's worst bad habit?
Bad habit. Oh no, she eats grass.
Oh.
A lot of grass. And people think, a dog's eating grass, like her tummy might be upset, but no. She just goes out to the yard just to eat grass. I'm talking about you.
All right, you ready to go on to the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Wing 5 is Hot Ones, Los Calientes. This comes in at 36,000 Scovilles.
Ooh. And they have the little jalapeno pepper with the Scoville line on here.
What are we, like halfway up the pepper?
5 out of 10 is what it
Okay,
says.
okay.
What was the Scoville again?
36,000.
We're getting up there. Okay.
So with Wing 5, it's traditionally Explain That Gram, where we do a deep dive into your Instagram account and pull out pictures that need more context.
Oh, geez.
As he's going in for a second bite of his wing.
I feel like I'm not doing enough on the wings. I'm not doing it justice, so.
So I'll show you a picture pulled from your Instagram and you tell me the deeper story. So this one is from April of 2016.
Me on a horse in the middle of the road. Yeah, so this is back when I lived in Idaho Falls. I was working as an x-ray tech. One of my coworkers and friends, she owned a couple horses. So I love riding horses, you just never really get a lot of opportunities. So I wanted to go out on a ride with her, so I went to her ranch and we took 2 horses and went out on a ride. And this was just on the way back because it's up in the foothills and there's a road right there. But funny part is, of course, it's beautiful weather in the spring. That specific day, for the last 20 minutes of our ride back, it started raining.
And hailing, it sounds like, right?
Yep, and a little bit of hail. So, yeah, I wasn't even reading the comment, but
Still a fun ride?
I still remember it. Yeah, I love riding horses. It's a fun thing to do.
So this one is from June of 2016.
All right, one of my favorite things about Idaho, and that would be bow fishing. So, go out with a bow and arrow, and on the end of the arrow is a string attached to the bow, and it has pretty much a reel that you just can reel the line back in with. And it's just kind of garbage carp fish out in the American Falls Reservoir. But me, my buddy Pew, CJ, we'd all go out on Pew's boat since he's from Pokey and go bow hunting. And you just go out there, beautiful sun, jump in the reservoir when you get a little hot. Nothing better than that.
Are any of those fish good to eat?
No.
Oh.
They're garbage fish. Definitely don't want to eat those.
Okay.
But, nonetheless fun.
And then the last one is this one.
Oh yeah. So this was a wedding that me and Sabrina went to about 2 years ago, I think. In Washington. It was my classmates from PA school, Leah and Adam. Gorgeous wedding, great friends. It was actually the first time that I had seen a bunch of people from my PA class for about a year or so. So it was kind of a little reunion, and they had a little mat set up with a driver and just probably water golf balls that they bought from somewhere for cheap, and just set it up so everybody was out there in their suit and ties and dresses and just cranking away at it with the...
That was a feature of the wedding?
Yeah, well, it was like a side thing.
Yeah.
You weren't doing it in front of everybody,
yeah.
But it was at the wedding since you were right there on the beach, basically. And yeah, you could just walk up and pick up the driver and take a couple shots. And this one specifically, I know everybody's noticing that the ball is still on the tee. That was a practice swing so that I could make sure I wasn't going to rip my pants or anything. But I do want to say that I crushed the one ball that I hit.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's move on to the next one. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Wing number 6, Clark and Hopkins, a song. Yeah.
What are we at Scoville here?
55,000.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right.
Move to the second row of wings now. Back 9 of the wings, using our golf terms.
Because I love golf. Okay. It's there. Hip throat. Okay. That's good.
So as an adult, you really started to go to a number of music festivals and concerts. What role would you say music has played in your life? Grabbing the tissues, all right, we're there.
I love music. No matter what I'm doing, whether it be, getting ready for sports, driving to work, driving down to see family, in the shower, I always have music on. Music is a big part of my life. I like finding new songs that other people don't really know of yet, and I kind of pride myself on that. And really just any kind of genre, depending on the season. I like to bring kind of the music for the season in.
So what makes music stand out to you? What draws your attention to a piece of music?
I always say that a change in the middle of the song always gets me. It's what excites me. Something that you aren't expecting and then it happens. So a lot of the music now where it's a little electronic, where it has kind of a slow beat and then there's a little bit of the beat drop, not electronic dance music beat drop, but a beat drop is always fun. I can think of specific songs like a Frank Ocean song where the melody just completely turns around. It goes from like a soft feel into like a dance vibe feel and then slows down again. And then also the lyrics. When you have a song that tells deep lyrics that has a meaning besides what you hear in the actual words is always really fun to kind of dissect.
Yeah. What is music that you listen to when you need to get psyched up for something?
So I have my game day playlist and which is now turned into my workout playlist. Mostly kind of old 2000s hip hop, some old school, 80s, 70s, 80s rock music, but mostly the hip hop.
What kind of music would you ideally listen to when you're in surgery?
We listen to whatever the surgeon wants to listen to,
okay,
for the most part, but sometimes I'll get to put my phone on there, and when I do, I put on music for the surgeon, but we listen to everything. We listen to a lot of 80s and 90s alternative rock, so, or should I say 70s and 80s alternative rock, like Journey, Eagles, things like that. One of my surgeons loves the 90s, like alternative punk kind of stuff. 2000s. We listened to it all.
Nice. And then what music instantly evokes a memory for you? Can you instantly take you back to something?
I think all songs, really. I associate songs to memories, to where I hear a song and I can think of an exact moment where listening to that song just imprinted a memory in my mind. So that's probably another reason why I love music so much, is because it's basically a memory bank for me.
All right, let's move on. Wing number 7, we're stepping it up to 77,000 Scoville units. This is Adobo Loco's Fire Fire.
Go for broke. Nice. Okay. Number 7. 4 lines.
Doing great.
I feel like I should have been finishing these wings, but I feel like once I get to 10, I'm going to be happy that I did.
That you did.
So.
You can always go back. They're still there.
That's good.
Okay.
They're all good flavors. This one is definitely the hottest so far.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for.
Is that how this works?
They're
It starts,
progressive.
it goes up?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're building. All right, so you just turned 30. You've lived a surprising number of places in your 30 years of life. So I'll name the city. You tell me what you loved most about it or what you took away from it. So let's start with Spokane,
Gonzaga.
the university itself.
Mm-hmm. So I was a student for University of Washington, but my program was over in Spokane, and we were kind of on the Gonzaga campus. So we kind of got all the beneficiaries of being a Gonzaga student. So I was able to get student tickets for basketball games and became a Zag fan, and it was actually the year they went to the national championship. So that was loads of fun. And I'd say next to that, it would probably be just the downtown, because it was the first place where I got to live with the downtown and nightlife and friends that we could all go out and do things after we studied.
How about Pocatello / Idaho Falls?
It'd have to be ISU football, just from the years playing there. But if we went outside of the school, outside of football, I would say Roberto's. It's a burrito place that is open late night. So, after we go to all our parties, that was the go-to place where you get your chorizo breakfast burrito for $6 and just chow down.
Is that Pocatello proper?
Pocatello, yeah, in
Right.
Old Town.
Hot tip.
Yep.
Roberto's.
Roberto's.
How about Danville?
Favorite memory would have to be our old house that we grew up in with the pool in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of memories in the summer, playing in the pool, the hot tub. Forgot about the hot tub. I miss my hot tub. So I need to get a place with a hot tub.
How about Reading?
Reading would have to be, man, I'm only ever 2 places, and it's work or home. So it's hard to pick between the two. But probably Olive. She reminds me of Reading.
Mm.
Within 2 months of living there is when I adopted her. So I don't really know Reading without her.
Mm. Which college downtown that you've lived had the best college bar?
Ooh. I never had a college bar in Spokane. So it would have to be ISU.
And what's the best bar for ISU?
It would be Hooligans.
Hooligans.
That's where everybody goes. Hooligans.
And which city that you've lived in has the best beer selection?
Spokane.
Yeah? What's the best brewery in Spokane?
My favorite brewery in Spokane, it's right on the river, right next to the whiskey distillery shop tasting area. If I think about it, I'll bring it up.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to wing number 8.
Okay.
We're almost there. Stepping it up. This is the Bravado Spice Company Akamiso
Ooh.
Ghost Reaper.
Not so excited about it anymore.
There you go. This comes in at 116,000 Scoville units.
Okay. I'm not going light on the bites here.
No, you're still taking significant bites. You're doing great. I can tell that you've bit into them.
Oh, it's hot. I feel it. I'm breathing fire.
No, that one was fire. We're past the fire.
I'm breathing the ghost.
There you go. All right, but you're doing great. You got, accoutrement. You got
I'm
your
trying
milkshake.
to avoid the milkshake and
Yep. Again,
the
being
treats.
super competitive. We love it.
We gotta let the sweat start dripping before it's coming.
I'm getting the heat off you. I feel like
You feel it
yes,
radiating?
I think I am. Or as you breathe out. All right, so you have a number of nicknames. Growing up, our family called you BJ. I've known you as Soupy, but many people in your life know you as Chotch. What is the story of Chotch?
Story of Chotch. So Chotch was actually from ISU. It was a football nickname that I got. It was my assistant coach who was my kicking coach there. He was a great guy. We had a great relationship. It was me, CJ, and Dave were all on the team. We were out there warming up, and I'm sure I was fooling around at some point and taking my time getting out of the field. And he goes past me, and he goes, "Muchacho, ándale, muchacho," and everybody just started cracking up because I'm Mexican, so that's where he got it from, I guess. So
I figured as much.
Maybe a little racially profiled there, but it was all in love.
Yes,
So
of course.
it started with muchacho, and then it went to chacho, and it just nice and easily just went to Chotch.
Yeah. But people outside of your football life know you as Chotch too.
Kind of. So it started in football in college. So, when you go to parties and you hang out with people in college, all my friends are there and they're all calling me Chotch. So it's funny. I'll meet girls and other people and they know me as Chotch. Like, I don't even have an opportunity to say, "Hi, I'm Brendon."
Right.
Yeah, I'm Chotch.
Yeah.
So everybody from ISU knows me as Chotch, but then you talk to everybody who knows me from high school, it's Brendon.
Sure.
You know everybody that knows you from PA school, it's Brendon. Everybody from work, it's Brendon. And even to Sabrina, she only calls me Brendon, and she still finds it weird to hear Chotch, but when we're hanging out with CJ and Pew, that's all we are.
Yeah. So. All right, are you ready for wing number 9?
Okay.
So wing number 9, Hellfire, Fear This, comes in at 679,000 Scoville units.
What was the last one?
116,000.
So 6 times the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is correct math. You're doing it right.
Well, at least my brain is still working.
No, you're articulate, doing great.
Okay. Good bites.
It's a big bite.
I'm going for it. The flavor isn't there as much.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I know it's going to change. So far, the last one was hotter, but I feel like this one just needs to simmer. 'Cause it's simmering.
All right, let's let it simmer. I'll ask you another question. You just celebrated the big 30. What has been your biggest accomplishment to date, and what do you still want to accomplish?
I'd say my biggest accomplishment was probably, I can call myself an All-American kicker for college. It was something I always strove for, and I put a lot of hard work into it for 10 years of kicking, and I know that was always a goal that I wanted to reach, but never really thought that I would, and just actually reaching that goal has been amazing. But I know I've been lucky to get into my X-ray program, graduate, get into PA school on a first application, which I know how rare that is, so I'm very thankful for that. And just being a PA at 30 having 2 years under my belt with experience, just having the opportunities that I've had, it all means a lot.
And what's next? What's still left to accomplish?
And that's what scares me about 30 is what am I striving for now?
Don't touch your eyes.
I know, I'm not, I'm just wiping some sweat. You know, I guess as far as accomplishment, I want to become good at what I do as a PA. I'm still in the first couple years, so I'm still learning, and who knows, you know, what kind of specialties that I bounce around in, or if I stay in one for the rest of my life, which would be awesome, because then I can get really good at it. You know me, that's what I want, to be the best at everything that I do. So I really want to accomplish that, but you know, I think the thing that I'm waiting for the most is I'm 30, I need to get a family started if it's going to happen.
Nice.
No pressure.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself at 40?
40, I want to have a good family. I just want to be comfortable and happy with where I'm living.
Nice.
too.
All right, so you know where we are. 10 wings.
All right,
Wing number 10.
I've made it.
Wing 10, of course, is the last dab. It's called the last dab because it's tradition. Put a little extra on, a little last dab. I'll let you do the honors.
Okay, I get to do it?
You can either dab it on your plate, dab it on the board, dab it on the wing itself.
Oh, it's just a full open. They don't even like give you a little narrow.
No.
It's got to be the full thing. Okay. Let me find the...
I don't know how it's going to pour out, so approach it as you will.
Just a little... More? You tell me.
It's your dab.
All right, let's do a dab. Full dab.
Looks like a dab. A dab will do you.
On a wing that's already been coated.
Yes.
All of these wings were pre-coated in the sauces. So.
Have been tossed. Reach the end. This is it.
Cheers. What was the Scoville on this one?
Okay, it's a million plus. They don't even give you a number, really. They just knock it out of the park.
It's hot.
I mean, you got the sauces here if you want to keep going. They're at your disposal.
That's good.
All right, good. I'm glad you got your taste for it. All right, so we're gonna do for this last round just this or that. Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Yeah. Burgers or tacos?
It's a tough one. Tacos.
Tacos. Country or rap?
Country.
Wow. Wow. Troy or Abed?
It's all about Troy.
Yeah. Yeah. Saving Private Ryan or Black Hawk Down?
Black Hawk Down.
Money or fame?
Probably money.
Brendon, we did 10 chicken wings up, 10 chicken wings down. This is your opportunity. Camera, camera, camera. Tell the people what you're up to in your life.
I would just like to say thank you for the opportunity to participating in the Hot Ones Challenge. We have 10 very well selected sauces here. I am surprised that I made it, to be honest with you.
You did great. You didn't even touch any of
No,
your
I didn't. I'm a
lifesavers?
little disappointed in myself now for not eating all of the wings. I wonder if that would have changed slightly how I'm doing right now. I got the sweat pouring. I got the fire breathing. I'm just excited for what this weekend has entailed and how much fun that I've had and getting to spend time with family, and 30s are looking pretty good.
All right, everyone.
Thank